right. All right. It's time to get rolling. If you can hear my voice, you have found yourself back with Cycle CEO. And we're getting ready to have an exciting day today. I got chores to do here at home, so can only ride out on the bike for so long. I want to thank everybody out there this morning for being a part of this journey. Good morning, everybody. Today, we're going to take a beautiful ride, an awesome ride up the highway. We're going to visit a staple of Orlando bike culture. We're going to go to the Corbin Seat Factory. Yes, we're going to go to the Corbin Seat Factory. We're going to take a look at motorcycle seats this morning. I promised you guys that we were going to have some demonstrations. I promised you guys that we were going to have some things that you'd be interested in, and today this one is for the motorcycle guys. This is for the faithful. This is for those guys who want to know about seats, but the total amount of your experience is pretty much online or at the bike events. Well, today's ride is just for you. Now, I will admit to you, I've never been to the Corbin Seat Factory. I've seen their different models online, but I've never been there. I mean, I'm just like most of you guys. The full extent of my experience with these guys is either at the bike shows or on the internet. So I'm really super excited to see what I'm going to see today. Corbin is located in Ormond Beach, Florida. Okay? Ormond Beach. Ormond Beach is about 100 miles from here. Yeah, it's about 100 miles from here. And on the beach. Now, most of you guys know Ormond Beach because if you go to Daytona Bike Week, you guys just seem to love the Ormond Loop. It is a beautiful scenic highway of trees just like this, coastal areas, inlets, things like that, and it's gorgeous. Now I'm going to do something else different today. When I get on the highway, I'm not going to talk to you guys for 100 miles. I'm not going to wear my batteries down because I want to make sure that when I get there, I got the right scenery, okay? So if you don't know, I live in beautiful Winter Garden, Florida, which is basically a suburb of Orlando. Great city. It's a bedroom community, just like Winter Park, Winter Springs, Winter Haven, all the other winters that we have in Central Florida. Winter Garden is beautiful. We got a lot of little cities around here, so just like any other community, when someone says Orlando, yeah, they mean Central Florida. But Orlando, actually, well, when I talk about what's inside Orlando, you've got Kissimmee, you've got Winter Park, you've got Longwood, you've got all of Seminole County with Altamont Springs and so many other different cities that are part of Central Florida. You've got Lake Nona. Oh my God, if you haven't seen Lake Nona, you need to see Lake Nona. Lake Mary. You've got Winter Guard, Winter Park, the township of Oakland. You've got Claremont. You've got oh my gosh, so many communities. If I start naming them all, I'm going to insult one of my local mayors. So, hey, I won't name them all. But what I will tell you is that 1,400 people per week are moving into Central Florida. Yes, it's one of the fastest growing areas in the nation. And if you're thinking about relocating from your dusty, cold city, we'd love to have you. Bring that beautiful smile of your family on down here. Listen, Orlando, it's where your grandkids want to be. So I'm looking for something to complement my heritage. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be special. I'm thinking Road King or a Springer, something that is easy to ride, is not very taxing on the body. I can't wait. Now, if you've got some suggestions, on bikes, I will even entertain your suggestion for BMW and maybe Indian, or maybe a Goldwing. But that's a heavier bike, so I don't know. I'm deviating already. But if you've got some suggestions as to what my next bike should be, it's got to be comfortable. It's got to be something. Listen, the name of this channel is Cycle CEO. It's that for a reason. I work every day. I got a staff. I got people that I'm responsible for. I got a company that I run. So anything that I ride or buy, it needs to be capable of being streetable. What I mean by that is I want to ride it every day, even in the winter. Okay? Every day, even in the winter. So drop something in the comment section. Tell me what you think I should look at, what's comfortable for you. And again, like I said, I'm only looking at about 3 different brands: Harley, BMW, or Honda, and with Honda specifically the Goldwing. Daily driver, y'all, daily driver. Do you guys ever watch your favorite content creators and wonder what in the heck do they do for a living? I do. I oftentimes wonder when I see them, because they're always at an event. Now, everybody can't be sponsored by Harley. Everybody can't be sponsored by Law Tigers. Everybody's not sponsored by you name who. What do y'all do for a living, man? Why don't content creators ever talk about their 9 to 5? Why don't content creators ever talk about family? I mean, I got one person that I've known, well, I don't know him, I follow, and I recently heard him talk about family, and it was probably one of his best episodes. He talked about his kids and going to plays and stuff that real fathers and husbands do. But outside of that, you don't hear a lot about it. If you listen to them, they all get sent cameras from Insta360. They all get sent cameras from DJI. They all get sent products from Harley. A big shout out to Seminole Harley-Davidson. I see you looking great out there. I see you about to be great for the people today. You're not open yet, but gotta love Seminole Harley-Davidson. But yeah, if you listen to all the content creators, man, Harley sent them this. Factory 47, Chromeworks, Tabitha sent me the new Red Flying Super Duper Zombie 5mm millimeter. And I just want to know, man, do you work? Because I got a 9 to 5. That's why any product stuff you see on my channel is going to be being put on by the Harley dealership. It's just kind of how it is. So, hey, drop a comment and let me know if you've ever wondered what content creators do for a living, because I know I do. Big shout out to all the content creators, because you give me life. So I ain't hating. Thank you for the life you give me. Just curious about the life you live. All right, we're gonna put some more miles behind us. See you guys in a minute. Bye. So, some kind of way or another, our handy dandy doohickey got switched to photo. I don't know how that happened, honestly. Riding down the highway and my camera switched itself to photo, so I was trying to take pictures and this thing's doing its own thing, and now I'm coming in the wrong way. Please forgive me, Lord. But we are pulling up at the Corbin Seat location, and I sure hope they're open today. Okay, welcome back to the channel. Guys, I got a special treat for you today. So on today, I decided to jump on Believer and make the trip to beautiful Ormond Beach, where I came to the world famous Corbin Seat store outlet. It's where Corbin, one of the best motorcycle seat, Hondas, Harleys, Indians, you name it, one of the best seats you can buy. They have a location here in Ormond Beach, and I came here today to see if I wanted to put a new seat on Believer, but also just to check them out. Guys, I was blown away. As you can see, lots of bikers, lots of people. Now, I came here early. I did not want to fight the crowd, and I wanted the personal attention that comes with when you get to a location before everybody else gets here. So if it looks empty, it's gonna fill up, but I did not want to compete. I wanted all the attention of all the salespeople on me. One of the best guys in the world, his name is William, agreed to help me. He's been phenomenal. Let's go inside and take a look. So immediately when I came in, these guys are some of the friendliest salespeople I've ever seen in my life. I love chatting with them. They're knowledgeable. They know about motorcycle seats, and they weren't presumptuous. They didn't prejudge. They just jumped right to me and asked me, hey, what is it that you need and can we help you? Seats on the wall, bags on the wall, great looking seats. Now, I don't know a lot of places where you can go and take a look at the seats, but I was very pleased with what I saw here on today. And these guys are super helpful. I love their little displays, the wheels with little stands that have the bags on them. Absolutely love that. Now, they got things that you never even imagined for bikes that you didn't know were made. And a lot of this stuff is from the 80s. They got stuff from the 90s. They got stuff from the 2000s. And everywhere you go, there's seats. Because that's what you expect. And not only that, they're willing to put the seats on display so that you can sit on them. That's even more awesome. I love that. Look at that Captain America seat. It's pretty awesome. And so, as you know, Believer's a 2024 Heritage Softail Classic. And so there had to be a special seat for her. And I wondered if they would have something in that would allow me to just sit on it and decide what I was going to do with the seat that I had on there, which was absolutely not comfortable for me. And of course, they had everything I needed. Look at this big mama here. Oh my God. I can't imagine what that fits. Wait, what does this thing right here fit?
New generation gold wing.
The gold wing.
That's actually the previous. So that's
previous generation?
2018. This one here is the new 2018 to 25.
So, guys, if you don't know, the gold wing has been blowing up, especially on YouTube. I don't know what they've did, but they've invested tons of money into supporting those content creators. And everywhere you see, people are riding gold wings. Now, I don't have any plans on buying a gold wing anytime soon, but I'm super impressed with their marketing. Absolutely impressed with their marketing. I always love the classic brown leather seat. Gorgeous. Look at this one right here. I mean, this one's the brown leather and it looks great, but this one right here has a different hue to it. Different color. I like that. It's a 2-up seat. That is a gorgeous looking seat. There's another one. Let's take a look at these guys right here. So pretty much, if you can think about it, they got it right here at the Corbin outlet here in Ormond Beach. I strongly encourage everybody, if you want to sit on a seat, know what it's like before you buy. Guys, this is William. He just helped me find the seat that I need for my bike. I rode in here saddle sore before I ever got on the bike. My butt was already hurting. Will, there's a big difference between Corbin and a lot of other seats, right?
Yeah, no, Corbin really focuses on the ergonomics of the saddle. That's what makes them special. They take their time designing these seats to really produce something special. They're willing to make adjustments. That's what makes them special as well. They'll take their time, you know, really go over it in depth. If you work with the tech, can really come up with something special. We have a lot of offerings for the new model motorcycles, and a lot of motorcycles, a lot of businesses don't pick up. So.
Guys, it's important that you know that when I walked in here, like I said, they weren't presumptuous. They didn't look at me and say, oh, he's not buying, he's a tire kicker. First thing he did was say, hey, what do you got? Tell me about your bike. He took me to the computer, he showed me the different models. And if you know what you want, then you know what you want. You don't have to go through jump through the hoops. Well, thank you very much for what you did for me today, man. I appreciate it. And if you're looking for a Mustang or you're looking for a Saddleman, hit me up on Facebook Marketplace, and I will have them ready to go for you. She's looking good. Another piece to the puzzle just got put in place. Great day to be alive. Great day to be alive. Absolutely beautiful day. Look at these houses. I think I want to buy a house. Yeah, I think I want a beach house. Most of these are Airbnbs, I think, because there's nobody in them right now. That one just sold. Look at these gorgeous houses, everybody. Back to Orlando. Hold on. This one's for rent. Wow, look at these houses. Look at these houses. Absolutely gorgeous homes. Flagler Beach, Florida. Look at those houses. Who wouldn't live here? I mean, who would not live here? Absolutely gorgeous. So I got a story to tell you. I want to tell you about. Let me get myself back on the main road here. So guys, I got a story I want to tell you today. Thank you for tuning in. And if you know me personally, you guys know I give God credit for anything good that happens in my life, and I give him understanding for anything that I think's not so good. But you know, what I want to talk to you is about how Harley-Davidson saved my life. Yes, you heard me right. Harley-Davidson saved my life. Now, this story is going to be a little bit unusual because some of you guys are not going to know what bag I'm coming out of. But Harley saved my life. It absolutely did, in more than one way. So the first way is, you know, I'm an executive and I work sometimes 40, 50 hours a week. And I've really just recently been making an effort to not work so much, you know? But all I did was work. Just work, go to work. All I did was just languish, travel, And when I traveled, I never really got to see anything. I was always in a hotel, going to a meeting. And then I go from meeting to the airport or from meeting to the car, and that was it. That was my whole existence. And what actually happened was, I need some oxygen, I'm sorry. What actually happened was I needed life. I needed to add something that was for Cliff, something that was for me, something that wasn't for the title or the company or the people that I represent. So one of my employees for Christmas gifted me the basic rider course, a gift certificate to take it for free. Now, she did not know that I'd always wanted to learn how to ride a motorcycle. She didn't know that I've never ridden a motorcycle. She didn't know anything. She was just being nice, and she gifted me the basic rider course. And I took it. Let me tell you, I couldn't wait to do it. Now, you may ask yourself, why hadn't you already done this? Well, I hadn't already done it because I was forbidden, like many husbands and fathers out there. I have 5 kids, all of which are grown now, and my wife told me absolutely not. She said, wait till the kids are grown. So, listen, when my last child turned 18, and then she graduated from high school, it was on. I got a whole bucket list of things that I plan on doing that, yeah, let's face it, when you increase your risk factor, you increase the risk factor. So there is a such thing as tempting fate. But now that I had this certificate in my hand, I was absolutely going to take that class. I was going to do it anyway. It's just a matter of when it happened. Let's just be honest. So I signed up for the class, and life began again for me. Outside of work, outside of being dad, I love being a soccer dad. Life began again for me outside of just supporting other people. It was time for me to do something that I wanted to do. Now, I like to hunt and I like to shoot, but you can only do, look at that beautiful water. Oh my gosh. You can only do that so many times. Or so much. Unless you own your own land. So, here I am. I find myself in the middle of January, February, coldest time of the year in Orlando, and I find myself about to take this class. And I do. And on the day that I take the class, not only is it like 35 degrees, YouTube family, but it's raining. So it's cold and rainy. It's just a nasty day. But you think they were going to cancel that class? Absolutely not. There were 6 people in my class, and I was the only one that had never ridden before. Only about 2 of us spoke English. The rest of them were from around the world, which I absolutely love. And, you know, so I took the class. Now, let me tell you, I was so excited to take the class. I did the online portion of the class first, and I absolutely nailed it. Man, I knew fine C, I knew all the gear all the time. I did everything it took to pass that test, to pass that written portion, and I did. I nailed it. I'm good with book learning. So, what came next was it's time for us to show up that day for the actual class itself. So, I did. Now, somewhere in between being super excited and just new, never having ridden a motorcycle before in my life, I missed a very important phrase. Guys, this is a very beautiful area we're coming into now, so pay attention to the wildlife and the nature. I missed a very important phrase. That phrase was called the friction zone. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I missed it. It was a struggle for me, guys. Trying to learn how to ride was a struggle. Remember, the gist of my experience came from maybe a bicycle, a Trek bicycle. I didn't know, and I hadn't ridden that Trek bicycle in years. Come on now, face it, I'm fluffy. Wasn't doing a lot of exercises. So, look at that. So here I am. That's why I love living here. I'm on the bicycle, not on the bicycle, Lord have mercy, the water took my thought. I'm on the motorcycle during class. absolutely struggling, guys. And I'm not doing well. And the instructors, they're awesome. Big shout out to John, the manager of the riding academy at Orlando Harley-Davidson. John, I love you, brother. I absolutely thank you for all that you've done for me. You helped Harley-Davidson save my life. So I am struggling in this class, trying to do my very best. And the instructors, man, big shout out to Zach, the other instructor for day one. The instructors are doing their very best. They're telling everybody, you're doing great, you're doing great. And they're trying to give everybody the positive reinforcement that good instructors should. So day one ends, we go back inside and, you know, we do all the things that you're supposed to do and it's over. I get in my car, I go back home, and I'm pumped. I'm super excited. I'm ready for day two. I'm gonna pass this class. Now I struggled like heck, all heck. I was not good at all, but I'm a confident person by nature, so I was confident that I was gonna, you know, pass this class. So the next day I come back out and I hear one of my instructors talking about the friction zone. I don't know what the heck she's talking about. She's telling me, you know, more clutch, let off the clutch. And then there were times when they were like, okay, we need you to pick up, we need more speed. They're trying to take me through the exercises, and I was absolutely struggling. I was scared to give it more speed. I didn't want to give it more speed. I didn't even know how to stop this thing. Well, we went through that day. I couldn't even do the figure eights. I couldn't do the U-turn. I mean, I did it like 2 out of 7 times, but it was not good. So at the end of the class, after we did our evaluation and it was time for everybody to you know, get their scores and know whether they passed or not, they did everybody, and then they did me last. And the teacher came up to me and she said, I'm sorry, but you did not pass. Now listen, that was a crossroads in my life right there. That was a crossroad. I had a decision to make. Look at this house, guys. Look at that house and look at the water across the street from it. That's absolutely gorgeous. How do I buy that house? So I'm at a crossroads. I have not passed this class and I want my license. But Harley's told me I failed. Now, I could have gone someplace else. Look at that. That's Florida living right there. I could have gone someplace else. I could have gone to Pro Rider. I could have gone to any other place and took the class. But you know me. When you tell me that I'm not good enough or that I failed, you basically just gave me a license to do it again. So as soon as I walked out of the Basic Rider course parking lot, I headed on over to the front desk at Harley to sign up one more time for that class, which I did. And I couldn't get in the very next class, but I got in one that was about 2 weeks later. So for the next 2 weeks, I watched YouTube videos and I studied and I did everything I could to learn how to ride the motorcycle. Now, what's most important is how she saved my life, how the instructor at Harley-Davidson saved my life. You see, she told me, she said, Cliff, listen, it's not that we don't want you to pass. We do. She said, but you're going to hurt yourself. And not only are you going to hurt yourself, if we were to pass you now, you would hurt yourself, you get yourself killed, and you likely get someone else killed because your skills are just not where they need to be for us to pass you in this class. Now, I could have said, oh man, you don't like me because I'm black. You don't like me because I'm fat. You don't like me because I'm beautiful. But I knew this lady was not lying to me. She was trying to save my life. And if I wanted to learn how to ride, then it was going to be up to me. Look at that swamp. It was going to be up to me to do better. To go out. There's a wild hog died on the street right there. It was going to be up to me to learn how to ride the motorcycle. Harley wasn't doing me a disservice. They were doing me a favor. She was saving my life and the life of everybody else around. So she failed me. I went home. I reserved myself that I was going to learn how to ride this dadgum motorcycle. And I watched every video I could. And 2 weeks later, I showed up for that class. Now, 2 weeks later, it wasn't any warmer than it was 2 weeks ago. And guess what? It rained. And so here we are one more time with me riding in the rain at Harley-Davidson trying to get the Basic Rider Course certificate. But this second time around, guess what? I knew what the friction zone was. The second time around, I knew what I needed to do. And the second time around, I passed the class. And so began my journey with Harley-Davidson. Wouldn't you know it, right when I passed that class, the best salesperson in the world, you better know it, Chris Cribbs, Orlando Harley-Davidson, was right there waiting on me. She said, let's look at some motorcycles. What are you doing with regards to what are you gonna ride? And Chris took me on a journey, and 1, 2, 3 Harley-Davidsons later, here I am talking to you guys. I love this thing. I bought a Fat Boy. We'll talk about the Fat Boy in a later video. I bought a Street Glide. We'll talk about my Street Glide in a later video. And then I landed on what I'm riding now, Believer. My 2024 Harley-Davidson Heritage Softail Classic with, from the factory, a 131 cubic inch motor with one addition that I recently added. I put a Woods 22 XE can. Yes, she chops. Yes, she rides. I built this bike from scratch pretty much, from what you guys know as a Heritage to what I call a muscle V-Club. It's not a Cholo. A Cholo is a person, and we got to get that right. I hear so many people saying the wrong thing. It's a V-Club, Spanish word for motorcycle. It's a muscle V-Club. I got a 2-in-1 on it. I don't have fishtails because I need my horsepower. She will haul butt, and she's all I need for now. Will I own other motorcycles in the future? Absolutely. Got a Honda. Got 2 Hondas at the house that I somehow picked up along the way. And we'll be getting rid of those at some point. But my Harley, she's all I need. So thanks for listening to my story about Harley-Davidson and how Harley-Davidson saved my life. I'm out here living life now. I'm out here living the life. I'm at the beach. I'm in the swamps. I'm on the highway. We're about to get on 95 South and head back towards Orlando. And I'm living. That's all for now, folks. God bless y'all. We'll talk to you later. Bye.